You're a gentleman past the age of 60 and your get up and go has already gotten up and gone by lunchtime, and your passion feels like a distant memory, and you're just not performing the way you used to. Please pay close attention because I'm about to share something important, something most men never hear. It's possible your waning vitality has little to do with getting older, and much more to do with the vegetables you're neglecting. I'm Dr. Harold Grant, and for over 30 years I've specialized in men's health, assisting men just like yourself in regaining their strength, their vigor, and their self-assurance without relying on pills, without resorting to fads, and without feeling ashamed. I've observed firsthand what truly delivers results, and, even more crucially, what doesn't. Today, I'm going to reveal something that often goes unmentioned by most doctors: 3 common vegetables that possess the remarkable ability to revitalize your circulation, nourish your hormones, and unlock the stamina you believed was lost forever. One of these vegetables is so effective at enhancing blood flow that some doctors affectionately refer to it as nature's Viagra. Another operates behind the scenes to naturally elevate your testosterone levels. And the third acts as a premium fuel source for your body, providing sustained energy without the dreaded blood sugar crashes or fatigue. However, this isn't simply about identifying these vegetables, it's about understanding how to strategically combine them in your diet, morning, noon, and night, to achieve maximum benefits. In as little as a week, you might begin to experience a sense of youthfulness, strength, and vitality that you haven't felt in years. So please, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you won't just know what to eat, you'll have a straightforward daily plan to reclaim your power, starting today. Before we delve in, if you're a man over 60 who's truly committed to boosting your energy and regaining your strength, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. Every week, I share practical health strategies specifically designed for you. And if this message resonates with you, please type 1 in the comments section. If not, type 0 so I can continuously refine these videos to better serve your needs. Let's start with the very cornerstone of male vitality after 60, circulation. Because without robust blood flow, nothing else truly matters, not energy, not confidence, and certainly not performance. And there's a single, unassuming vegetable that can awaken your circulation as if flipping a switch. Most men tend to overlook it, but once you incorporate it correctly, you can feel tangible improvements in just a matter of days. Allow me to show you precisely what it is and why it might be the single most crucial food you incorporate into your diet this week. Vegetable number 1, the circulation booster. I recall a patient named Gerald whom I met when I was in my late 30s. He was 64 years old, a devoted father of 4, and had spent his entire life building houses. His hands were rough like sandpaper, and his voice had a gravelly quality. But on that particular day, he wasn't there to discuss his work or old injuries. He leaned in, lowered his voice, and confessed, "Doc, I just don't feel like a man anymore. It's like the fire's gone out." I hear that sentiment more frequently than you might imagine. And the truth is, the majority of men who enter my office seeking a testosterone injection or a magic pill are often surprised when I tell them what I'm about to share with you now. Because, more often than not, what's truly holding them back isn't their hormones, it's their circulation. Without healthy blood flow, everything begins to slow down. Your energy diminishes. Your erections weaken. Your mind becomes foggy. You start to feel like a mere shadow of the man you once were. But there's a natural solution readily available, hiding in plain sight. It's not costly, it's not processed, and you certainly don't need a prescription. It's a humble vegetable you've encountered countless times: beets. Beets stand out as one of nature's most potent sources of nitric oxide. When you consume them, your body converts their inherent nitrates into nitric oxide, a remarkable compound that widens your blood vessels and enhances circulation from head to toe. And when blood flows more efficiently, everything changes for the better. Your heart doesn't have to work as hard. Your muscles receive more oxygen. And yes, your performance in the bedroom often begins to improve, frequently more quickly than men anticipate. I remember discussing this with Gerald. Initially, he chuckled. "You're telling me a vegetable is going to accomplish what Viagra couldn't?" I smiled and encouraged him to give it a week, 7 days of incorporating half a cup of cooked beets into his lunch or sipping a small glass of beetroot juice in the morning. No pills, no pressure, just give it a try. When he returned 2 weeks later, he sat down with a broad grin. "Doc," he exclaimed, "I don't know what's in those things, but my wife told me to thank you." And that's not an unusual outcome. Countless studies have demonstrated how beets can enhance stamina, lower blood pressure, and improve vascular health, especially in men over 60. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet, just a simple daily addition. You can roast them, boil them, or blend them. Add a touch of lemon, a pinch of salt, and they become an integral part of your recovery, your revival, your return to the man you remember. And here's something I want you to remember: when you improve your blood flow, you're not just improving how you feel, you're improving how you live. Walking becomes easier. Climbing stairs no longer feels like a burden. Holding your partner's hand carries deeper meaning because you're not merely dragging your body through the day, you're leading with strength once again. That's what this is truly about, not just performance, but power, not just stamina, but spirit. And it all begins with something as simple as beets. Now, if blood flow serves as the foundation, what fuels your inner fire? What ignites that drive, that confidence, that quiet strength that doesn't diminish with time? The answer lies in your hormones. And there's another often overlooked vegetable that has been quietly supporting men's testosterone levels for generations. It's time we give it the recognition it deserves. Allow me to introduce you. Vegetable number 2, the Hormone Helper. I'll never forget the day Martin walked into my office. He was 68 years old, mentally sharp, and as witty as ever, but the sparkle in his eyes had faded. He looked at me and said, "Doc, I feel like I'm fading away. I'm not depressed, but I'm just not myself. I wake up feeling tired. I don't feel like doing anything. My body's here, but my inner fire, it's gone." That kind of honesty requires courage. And what Martin didn't realize, and what most men don't know, is that this gradual loss of vitality, motivation, and masculine drive is often linked to one powerful hormone, testosterone. Now, I'm not referring to bodybuilder-level testosterone or aggressive treatments. I'm talking about your natural levels, the quiet strength that provides you with clarity in the morning, emotional stability, and the energy to engage with life. The issue is that after 60, testosterone levels tend to decline, not always dramatically, but subtly, silently, until one day you barely recognize the man staring back at you in the mirror. But here's the good news: you don't require injections or risky therapies to support your hormones. Sometimes, all it takes is a simple adjustment to your diet. And that adjustment starts with spinach. Yes, the same green vegetable you might have pushed aside as a child is now your greatest ally. Spinach is packed with magnesium, a mineral that plays a crucial role in freeing up bound testosterone in the body. When testosterone is bound, it's essentially unusable. However, when you consume magnesium-rich foods like spinach, your free testosterone levels naturally increase. That translates to an improved mood, enhanced focus, more energy, and a stronger sense of self. And there's more. Spinach is also abundant in folate, which supports your blood and nerve health. It contains plant-based nitrates that, like beets, improve circulation. And it's one of the few foods that also nourishes your prostate, a gland deeply connected to male hormonal balance and sexual function. I recall telling Martin, start simple. Just 1 cup of cooked spinach a day. Stir it into your eggs, add it to a smoothie, or sauté it with garlic and olive oil. He raised an eyebrow and asked, "That's it?" I nodded and replied, "That's it. But do it every day. Your body remembers what strength feels like, it simply needs the right signal." 3 weeks later, he returned. His eyes were brighter, and his posture was straighter. "Doc," he said, "I've been walking more. I've been sleeping better. I've even started flirting with my wife again. She's not quite sure what's gotten into me, but I feel alive." That's the potential of spinach when used intentionally. It's not flashy, it's not trendy, but it works, and not because it's magical, but because it provides your body with what it's been missing. As we age, we're often told to expect less, to settle for fatigue, frustration, and decline. But I'm here to tell you that your hormones don't have to plummet. They can be supported gently and naturally by providing your body with what it once had, the nutrients that fuel masculinity from the inside out. And while spinach aids in reigniting that inner fire, there's another vegetable that tends to the outer flame, the one that keeps you moving, strong, and energized from morning to night. It's not leafy, and it's not red, but it holds the secret to stamina, blood sugar balance, and long-lasting vitality. In fact, many men report feeling a noticeable difference in just 3 days. Let's explore it. Vegetable number 3, the endurance engine. Several years ago, I had a patient named Charles. He was 71, a retired firefighter, and as tough as nails. But when he sat down in front of me, I could sense that something was weighing heavily on him. "I'm not tired because I'm lazy, Doc," he explained. "I'm tired because no matter what I do, I can't seem to regain my energy. I'm eating less, I'm attempting to walk more, but by mid-afternoon, I feel like I'm running on fumes." That story is not uncommon. In fact, it's one of the most frequent complaints I hear from men over 60, not just about physical fatigue, but emotional fatigue as well. That persistent feeling that you're pushing your body uphill every day, and it's not getting any easier. And more often than not, the root cause isn't simply age, it's how your body is processing energy. What most men don't realize is that after 60, your blood sugar regulation begins to change. Even minor imbalances can lead to sudden crashes, brain fog, mood swings, and diminished performance. And when your energy dips, everything suffers: motivation, stamina, intimacy, even the desire to connect with others. But there's one vegetable that can help stabilize all of that. It may not grab headlines, but it certainly deserves recognition: the sweet potato. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking: isn't that a carb? Aren't carbs bad? Not this one. Sweet potatoes are among the most potent natural energy sources you can include in your diet. They have a low glycemic index, which means they release energy slowly and steadily, no sudden spikes, no crashes, just consistent fuel you can rely on. They're also rich in potassium, which is essential for muscle contraction, heart rhythm, and fluid balance. One medium sweet potato contains more potassium than a banana and delivers it without the sugar surge. Combine that with its high fiber content, vitamin A, manganese, and antioxidants, and you have a vegetable that not only nourishes your body but also powers it. When I recommended sweet potatoes to Charles, he was skeptical. I thought I needed to cut out carbs to stay healthy. I told him what I'll tell you now: your body isn't craving fewer calories, it's craving better fuel that burns cleanly and lasts. I suggested he roast a small sweet potato with a drizzle of olive oil and a sprinkle of sea salt and enjoy it with lunch or dinner. Nothing fancy, just real food, real nourishment. 2 weeks later, Charles returned and shared something I'll never forget: I don't nap in the afternoons anymore. I've started fixing things around the house again. My wife is surprised. I think she's wondering who this new man is. That's the impact of the right food. It's not about eating less, it's about eating smarter. Sweet potatoes provide your muscles with what they need to move, your brain with what it needs to think, and your hormones with the stability they require to perform. And what's most remarkable is how these three vegetables, beets, spinach, and sweet potatoes, work synergistically: circulation, hormones, and endurance. It's akin to tuning up an old engine that still has plenty of miles left in it. But here's the crucial point: it's not about eating them sporadically, it's about incorporating them into your daily routine. And that leads us to what I call the vegetable protocol, a simple, yet powerful routine you can follow each day to restore energy, performance, and confidence without ever reaching for a pill bottle. You're going to want to hear this because when you combine these foods in the right manner, something extraordinary happens. Let's walk through it. Vegetable number 4, the vegetable protocol. When men come to me feeling tired, frustrated, and defeated, what they're really asking is, where do I even begin? It's not just about identifying the right foods. It's about understanding how to utilize them in a way that aligns with your life. Because when you're over 60, your body responds differently. What worked at May 30th not yield the same results. And so, instead of relying on guesswork, I provide them with a clear and simple plan, which I call the vegetable protocol. This isn't some restrictive diet. It's not about counting calories or giving up your favorite meals. It's about strategically building your plate with 3 natural, powerful vegetables: beets, spinach, and sweet potatoes, to restore energy, blood flow, and performance in a sustainable way. And I've witnessed its effectiveness time and again in real lives, in real marriages, and in those pivotal mornings when a man wakes up and finally feels strong again. The protocol is straightforward. In the morning, start your day with either a small glass of beetroot juice or half a cup of cooked beets. This jumpstarts your circulation, widens your blood vessels, and delivers oxygen where it's needed most. I often tell my patients that it's like flipping on the power grid in your body. At lunch, add a full cup of cooked spinach to your meal. Whether it's in an omelet, sautéed with garlic, or blended into a shake, this one habit will begin to restore your hormonal foundation. It may be subtle at first, perhaps a little more clarity, a better mood, but over time, your testosterone support builds up like a slow-burning fire. In the evening, incorporate your endurance food, half a roasted sweet potato with dinner. This will provide you with the steady fuel your body needs to wind down without crashing. It also helps prevent those nighttime dips in blood sugar that can leave you feeling tired or restless upon waking. What makes this protocol so effective isn't just the vegetables themselves, it's the timing, the rhythm. Each one complements the others. When you nourish your circulation in the morning, your hormones at midday, and your endurance at night, you're not just nourishing your body, you're synchronizing it with how it's designed to function. And you don't have to wait months to experience a difference. Most men feel a shift within 7 days, a lighter step, a clearer mind, a little more spark in their eyes. And the longer you continue, the stronger the effects become. This is about building momentum, food that works with you, not against you. I've had men in their 70s tell me they're hiking again, gardening again, saying yes to intimacy when they used to decline, not because they're chasing youth, but because they're reclaiming their strength, a quiet strength, a strength that emerges when you treat your body with the care it deserves. The vegetable protocol isn't about regressing. It's about progressing with clarity and purpose. And the best part is that it's yours to begin today, no prescription required, no waiting. But as powerful as this daily routine is, there's one final piece I want to share with you, because food is just the beginning. If you desire lasting change, deep, meaningful transformation, you need one more thing. It's not found in your refrigerator or your pantry, but once you grasp it, everything else falls into place. And that's what we'll discuss next. Conclusion. I've been in practice for over 30 years. I've sat across from thousands of men, strong men, proud men, who look me in the eye and express the same sentiment in different ways. I don't feel like myself anymore. Sometimes it was fatigue, sometimes a lack of desire, sometimes just a quiet ache, as if something inside had dimmed and wouldn't reignite. And each time, my message has remained consistent: you are not broken, you are not finished. Your body still remembers how to feel alive, you simply need to provide it with the right tools. That's why we've discussed these 3 vegetables, not because they're trendy, not because they're some secret superfoods from a distant land, but because they work. Beets to open your blood flow and restore circulation, the very current that powers performance and energy, spinach to support your hormones and rekindle your inner fire, and sweet potatoes to provide you with endurance and balance so your energy doesn't fade after lunch, and you still have the fuel to live life on your terms. Then, we brought them together in the vegetable protocol: simple, sustainable, natural, morning, noon, and night, food that supports your strength, not steals it. It's not about adhering to a rigid diet, it's not about doing everything perfectly, it's about creating a rhythm that works with your body, not against it. It's about granting yourself permission to heal, not just from physical fatigue, but from the quiet discouragement that arises when you begin to believe that decline is your destiny. I've witnessed the positive transformations that occur when men commit to this protocol. I've seen eyes light up, posture improve, and marriages reconnect. I've heard stories from men who started walking again without pain, who regained confidence in the bedroom, who looked in the mirror after a few weeks and finally saw something they hadn't seen in a long time: hope. You don't need to chase youth, you don't need to be the person you were at 25. But you can be strong again, clear again, grounded again. That version of yourself hasn't vanished, he's simply been waiting for you to show up for him with real food, with consistency, and with belief. Start small, start today: a single cup of spinach, half a sweet potato, a glass of beet juice. Each one is a vote for the man you still are. And if no one has told you this in a while, let me say it now: you're not too old to change, you're just getting started. Let's navigate this journey together, one plate, one step, one powerful, grounded day at a time. If this message resonated with you, if it reminded you of your strength, your worth, or your potential, I encourage you to like this video, share it with another man who might need to hear it, and leave a comment below. Let me know where you're watching from and what part of your journey you're on. And if you believe in supporting this kind of honest, empowering content for men over 60, please consider making a small donation to help us continue creating videos that serve you and others like you. Your support is deeply appreciated.